Hi everybody and welcome to your Summer English 3 class. My name is Erin Fujinami and I'm going to be your instructor. This is your first lecture. You'll see many more lectures like this throughout the semester. And in this case, I'm just sharing my screen with you so that I can show you all of the things that I would normally show you up on maybe a projector or something like that in our first day of class if we were in person. So what we're looking at right now is your Canvas page. You can see that we're in the English 3 class on our Canvas page. If you don't know how to get to your English class on Canvas, make sure that you contact me right away. And my contact information is available on WebAdvisor or in the syllabus if you're able to get to that. All right, so first of all, what you're going to notice is a welcome module. So our class is broken up into modules, and that is this right here. You'll see that each week has its own module. I'm currently working on putting week 1 up. So it's not published yet, but by the time you see this, it will be. So that's how our class is organized. First of all, I'm just going to start by going through the information in the welcome module briefly, just so you can see what that looks like and where you should be starting in the class. So first of all, I would click on this where should I start page. And it tells you basically all the things that you need to do. So first of all, make sure that you join our class on the Remind app. Directions are here. You're just texting this phrase to this number and following the directions, and that'll allow us to communicate by text, which is the very best way to reach me for a quick response. You can also email me on Canvas by going to your inbox right here and completing a message there, and I'll generally get back to your emails within 2 business days. But texting usually works a lot faster, and I'll generally get back to you the same day. The next thing you should do is get used to our class setup so you know what to expect. One important thing to note, we do not have whole class meetings on Zoom. Our class is what's called asynchronous. So that means that you work at your own pace, you watch recorded lectures like this one, and you complete the work on Canvas by the due dates each week to get things turned in. We can still certainly meet on Zoom if you have a question or you want to chat with me. I'm happy to do that. Just let me know, and we can work that out. So each week you'll see a new module. So 1 week of work is posted at a time each week, and that usually happens on Sundays. Sometimes I will post things a little bit earlier, but it'll never be later than Sunday. So the Sunday before the week begins, you'll have everything that you need for that upcoming week. Work is always due on Wednesdays and Fridays by 11:59 p.m., and each assignment will tell you in the details of that assignment which day it's due. You also have a weekly schedule in each module, and that will also tell you what is due on Wednesday and what is due on Friday. So make sure you pay attention to those. Also, when we're working on an essay, your essay drafts are due on Mondays at 11:59 p.m. I do not accept late work unless it's an emergency, of course, and your assignments will disappear. They kind of pull a Cinderella act, and at 11:59 p.m., they are gone, so you won't be able to turn them in late, so please make sure that you plan ahead. Also, note that this is a short-term class, so we are squeezing an entire semester worth of work into just 6 weeks, so we will be moving quickly. You'll have an essay due pretty much every week along with your other assignments, but after 6 weeks, this will be over, so just remember that when you're powering through all of this work that we are doing very quickly. So that's our classroom setup. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to contact me. The next thing that you should do is contact your groups. Everybody has been placed in a group. If you click on this link right here, you will see what group you're in, and you can go ahead and get in touch with that group and start working together. You should contact your group every week, starting with week 1. So everyone was placed randomly into these groups. You'll be in these groups for the entire 6-week session. And I highly, highly encourage you to get to know your group and to work together. You're encouraged to work together on everything from quizzes to your essays and that kind of thing. I do not mind if you're working together to find the answers to your homework problems, or to collaborate as to the best way to answer different questions and things like that. Of course, we don't want to share the exact same work, right? Because that is not okay. But definitely collaborate with your group so that you can all do the best that you can. One bonus about the groups, in addition to just meeting cool people in class, you can also earn extra credit for working with your groups. Details about how much extra credit and how to turn it in are in the syllabus. So I'm going to click over to the group document, which is what you'll see when you click on this link, just so you can see what that looks like. So that is the group document right there. And it tells you exactly what you need to do. So find your name on the table, figure out which group you're in, decide how you'd like to communicate. Details on how to get a hold of your groups are given right here. And then also how to earn extra credit, all of those details are there. So go ahead and check out this document when you have a chance. There's also some troubleshooting here because I know that groups can be difficult and sometimes you can run into problems. So there are some suggestions for what to do and how to handle different situations if you run into those problems in your group. And then at the end here are the groups themselves. So it'll tell you which group you're in, and all of the other people that are in your group. Please note that if your name is up here in red, that means that you were randomly selected as the group leader. So you should go ahead and reach out to the rest of your group mates. If you don't get a chance to do that and someone else in the group initiates the conversation, that works too. But that way every group has a leader who's in charge of sort of rallying everyone together at the beginning. Okay, so go ahead and spend some more time with that document and get in touch with your groups. The next thing you should do is read the syllabus. I highly recommend doing this as a group if you're able to, or at least, texting or collaborating in some way with your group as you're going over the syllabus. The syllabus document is in this module. It's also available right here at this link, which says syllabus, so that you can always have easy access to that. Make sure that you keep track of the syllabus throughout the semester, and make sure that you read over that syllabus before you get started on your work, because it will answer most of your questions. It's pretty comprehensive. If anything doesn't make sense or you have a question, feel free to reach out to me at any time. So once you've done all of these things here, then you should start on the week 1 module. So that's the next module below this welcome module. And it has our first week's worth of work. Okay, so remember, each week you'll see a new module. It's just like an online folder that has everything that you need for the week. And I recommend starting in this order each week. So first, you should look at the weekly schedule. Make a note of what's due and when. Put that in your phone, or however you would like to remind yourself of due dates. And then you want to start by reading all of the assigned readings. So that's going to be generally from our textbook. Sometimes we also have articles online, so it might be a textbook page or a link that you're seeing in the weekly schedule, but start by reading those things first. Then watch all of the assigned lectures, which are just like this one on a variety of topics. And after you've done those things, then you're ready to complete discussions, quizzes, exams, and essays by the due dates. All right, so that is the where to start page. If I go over to the next page here, it's also going to take me through some things that are in this welcome module. So this is just another place to access your group document. So that's this one that I showed you that has all of the information about your groups. So make sure that you get in touch with your groups as soon as possible. Notice that this says it's an assignment, but it is worth no points and you're not submitting anything. So you do not have to turn anything in for this right now. It's just formatted that way so that you can see and remember to do it. And if you click on the next one, you'll see that that takes you to the syllabus. So you do want to make sure that you use this link to view our syllabus. You should read the whole thing and the schedule of classes before you start on your assignments. And then make sure that you keep a copy of this or a link to this handy throughout the rest of class. And really, I promise all of the answers you need are in the syllabus. It's a little Kevin Hart for you, for real. All right, so let's check out the syllabus. I'm going to close this because I have a million tabs open. So this document here is our syllabus. It has everything you need to know. Our section number, my contact information. You can reach me at this email, but remember that the Canvas inbox is better and texting through the Remind app is even better than that. Our class meets online only. Remember that it is asynchronous, meaning we do not have scheduled Zoom meetings. You watch recorded lectures at your pace and you complete work as it is due every week. Similarly, office hours are by appointment, so if you need to talk to me, let me know, and I'm happy to set up a meeting with you. That brings us to some basic course information. Textbooks and reading, this is our required textbook. It's called Everything's an Argument. It is the 7th edition with readings. These are the authors. You can order it online for fairly cheap. I'm not sure if there is an ebook or a free PDF floating around out there, and I don't technically endorse using those free things, but of course students do that, and that is your business. The catalog description of our class is here, just so you know sort of what we're working towards and why we have the assignments that we do. All of our assignments are geared towards helping you meet these student learning outcomes by the end of the class, so you can definitely take a look at those so that you know sort of what you should be able to do and what I'm measuring with all of your different assignments. Our grading system is right here. So the category is on the left, the points possible is on the right. So our course is weighted so that if you are not great at a particular thing, like essays maybe you struggle with, or remembering to do your homework is a struggle, or exams are a struggle for you. Each thing is worth approximately 1/3 of your grade in the class. So basically, as long as you're trying and you're turning everything in and you're giving it your best effort, it's kind of difficult to not pass the class. The quickest way to not pass is to not turn in your assignments. So just keep that in mind, turn everything in, give it your best effort, and you'll probably be just fine. So small writing assignments. This is our classwork and homework. Those weekly discussions that you do, you'll have generally, I would say about 4 to 5 of those things per week in this class because it's a short-term class. So those all add up to 300 points throughout the semester. Your large writing assignments, these are your final drafts of your major essays. Those are worth 400 points. So homework and whatnot is 30% of your grade. Large writing assignments like the essays, 40%. Additionally, we do have quizzes and exams. These are spread out throughout the semester. So because our class is only 6 weeks, you will have a test and or a quiz just about every week. And those add up to 150 points total. We do have a final exam. It is worth 100 points, and then your participation, meaning that you regularly show up, and in an online class, showing up means that you regularly turn in your stuff and you communicate with me if you have problems, you're talking to and working with your groups. All of that kind of stuff is participation, and it's 50 points. So your total points possible is 1,000. This can vary slightly depending on additional assignments given or things taken out. So it doesn't always work out to exactly 1,000 points, but it stays pretty close. If you ever have any questions about your grade and where you stand, all of your assignments will be put onto Canvas and they're typically graded pretty quickly. I would say usually within about a week after you turn something in, you'll see your grade there for it. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me early. The grade scale is very standard. 90% and above is an A, 80 to 89% is a B, and so on. Required materials. First of all, you definitely need to have access to Canvas and to know how to operate Canvas. If you're struggling with that, there are lots of tutorials available, and I have links to those in our welcome module. You should have something to write with and something to write on that is specific to this class. So just keep things handy in, an online folder or an actual folder that you write in with a pen or pencil, whatever works for you. Here you have some detailed descriptions of what to expect with each of our assignment types. So small writing assignments. This is a vast majority of the work that you'll be doing in class. So each week you'll have assigned readings and small writing assignments that you complete on Canvas. They're worth 10 points usually. Some of the larger ones later can be worth up to 25, and they're always due by 11:59 p.m. on the due date. These are the ones that are due on Wednesdays and Fridays. So every week you'll have a couple of those due on Wednesday and another couple due on Friday, along with your quizzes and exams and whatnot. Again, short-term course, lots of things happening all at once. Quizzes and exams, we have these kind of scattered throughout our 6 weeks together. Quizzes are usually worth 10 points. Exams are worth 25. The final exam is worth 100. They're usually multiple choice. Sometimes they're short answer, and they are timed. If you have accommodations and you need additional time, it's your responsibility to let me know ahead of time so I can make sure I set that up for you so that you have all of the time that you need to complete those quizzes. When we're writing our essays, please make sure that you remember that writing is a process. So we will have an essay that's assigned. I'll discuss it in one of these recorded lectures, and I'm happy to discuss them additionally outside of the recorded lectures if you would like that. Just, again, set up an appointment with me. Your essays are going to be submitted so that you have a rough draft. When you turn in that rough draft, you automatically get an A for effort. So if you turn in your rough draft, you automatically get credit, and I will give you some feedback on what I would like you to work on as you revise. You'll also be sharing your drafts between your peers, so get used to that. Everybody is struggling with writing first drafts, and so it's not just you who might be, a little bit hesitant to share, but everyone is going to work together to make those drafts better and then submit the final draft. So try and embrace that process. I know that writing is difficult for some people, really for everybody, and it's going to be okay, right? So just keep that in mind. We're writing a first draft, revising, and then turning in the final draft for the big grade. All right, course policies. This is our attendance policy. Make sure that you are attending class, and in an online class, that means that you are completing your assignments. So when you miss an assignment in our online class, that counts as an absence. So even if you can't finish something or it's not your best work, go ahead and turn something in for some credit, because that way you get some points and you get your credit for attendance. Drop dates are given here in case you need to drop the class for whatever reason. Makeup and late work. Late work is typically not accepted. Of course, if you have an emergency or something that comes up in your life that causes you to miss an assignment, let me know, and I'm happy to work with you the first couple of times If you conveniently have an aunt or somebody or a grandparent that gets sick every time you have something due, then it might become an issue. But for the most part, I am okay working with you for those emergencies. Things happen. There are also lots of ways to avoid late work. So remember that all of your work is available on Sunday and it's due on Wednesdays and Fridays. So you have lots of time. You can always turn something in early. You can also email me and ask me for extra time if you have problems. If you have an internet situation, for example, and you can just send me a message on the Remind app and let me know that you're struggling, then I'm more likely to give you an extra day to turn something in rather than just letting it go and asking after the fact. Additionally, since I don't typically accept late work, you also have what's called the plea, and you can use that one time during the semester. This basically allows you to make up or resubmit an assignment that you missed or that you're not happy with. So within 2 days, because we're in a short-term class, within 2 days of the original due date, you just need to contact me and say, hey, I want to use my plea on this assignment, and we'll work out the details. You can use it once, and there is no benefit to saving it, so I definitely recommend using that at some point throughout the semester. There is one caveat to the plea, and that is that you may not use it once we start work on Essay 3. So towards the end of our session, so the last 2 weeks of class for you guys, you cannot use this. So make sure that you use it before then, or it just sort of goes away. Make sure that you have access to Canvas and to your student email. You should also make sure that you are checking Canvas regularly in case I have a message for you or I send something, about class. That way you get that memo, especially in a short-term class. Things happen so quickly that it's really important to check your email every day. Collaboration in the classroom, it's very important that you work together and that you're respectful of other people and their beliefs. So make sure that you do that, respect each other. All ideas are welcome here, and we won't be, rude or disrespectful to anybody because we have different beliefs. Technology use. Obviously, our class is online, so it's important that you're comfortable with Canvas, you're checking your student email, and you are joining our class on Remind. Zoom, we will use Zoom to meet virtually as needed, and then the rest of class will be video lectures. So remember, we can meet on Zoom if you request a meeting with me and you want to chat about something. Otherwise, it's all these video lectures. The cookie policy sadly does not apply to you guys because you are an online class. Otherwise, we would get treated with cookies here and there. Academic integrity, this does definitely apply. Please make sure that you do not turn in anybody else's work. When we're writing essays, make sure that you are always citing your sources. If you are not sure if something is plagiarism, talk to me about it and I am happy to help. Students with disabilities, if you have any kind of accommodation that you need, please make sure that you contact me right away so that I can get you everything you need to be successful in our class. And this last part of the syllabus is all about extra help, so things to help you in class and with assignments. We have some great tutoring options available on campus. They are available online, so make sure that you take advantage of those. This is the only way to earn extra credit for our class. I will not be giving out any other extra credit. It's just tutoring and working with your groups. So make sure that you pay attention to this paragraph here for how to do that, and to the groups document for how to get extra credit for working in your groups. There are also some other links here. So my portal is where you're going to go to handle everything school related. Canvas support, this has videos and tutorials about Canvas, information on how to contact the bookstore and the library. as well as student services and some other helpful programs we have on campus. Again, all of those have been modified. If they're not available in person, they are available online. So all of this is still here for you. I've also got some resources here to help with life beyond the classroom because I 100% understand and get that, this class is not your whole life, right? So if you have any health or wellness needs, check out that website there. There's lots of great support available for our students. The RAM Pantry is also another great resource that we have. Free food assistance for our students. Take advantage of that. All right, so that brings us to the schedule of classes. This is another important part of the syllabus that you should probably keep very handy for the next 6 weeks. So here's how to read it. First of all, the first column, which is all the way on the left, shows the date and the week. This is important because this shows us how things are sort of organized on Canvas, right? So you can see what's going on in week 1, what are we doing in week 2, and so on. The entire schedule is available for you, and it shows you everything that you're going to be turning in, reading and writing and all of that from now until the end of the semester. So you can look ahead and know, how to prepare if you have a vacation or work or something that you know is coming up. You can always work ahead. The second column shows what you need to read, do, and watch throughout that particular week. And then the third column has due dates and reminders for the week. Just some general reminders. New modules are always posted by Sunday. Discussions are always due by Wednesday and Friday. And essay drafts are always due on Monday. So if you look at the first week, this is week 1. You have a list of everything that you need to read, watch, and do for this whole week. Okay, so you can figure out how to best fit those things into your schedule so that you can get all of the things that you need to done by the due dates, which are listed over here. So you'll see that for this week, discussions 1 and 2 are due Wednesday. You also have quiz 1 due on Wednesday. And then discussions 4 and 5 are due Friday, and exam 1 is due Friday. I also listed here for you guys basically what each discussion is about, what each quiz covers, what the exam covers, and I encourage you to use your textbook on the quizzes and the exams and, for the discussions and whatnot. All of our quizzes, exams, all of that, I want you to do the best that you can, so use all of the materials at your disposal, whether that's notes, your book, all of those things, okay? So each week you will see this weekly schedule, and then you'll see all of these things on Canvas, right? So if I know that discussion 1 and 2 are due, I'm going to read these things, watch these lectures, and then go to the discussions on Canvas to fill those out and get those done. Same thing with the quiz and so on. And that is our class. So you can see that week 2, this is what's going on. We've got the week here, everything you need to read, watch, and do, and then all of your due dates here. And you'll notice that our first essay draft is due the following Monday, so you have a little note here telling you, remember, you've got an essay draft due Monday. And you can scroll down and see the rest of the weeks and what's going on, okay? All right, so that is the syllabus. I'm going to go ahead and click back over to Canvas where I'm back in our welcome module. And if I click on to the next thing that is in that module, it is Canvas Help. So if you are stuck and need any help with Canvas, use this link to access tutorials that can help you out. So I'll open that so that you can see it. This is just sort of a couple pages of some Q&A, right? How do I use Canvas? These are all links that help you. How do I use Canvas on my phone? I would check out these links for that kind of information. How do I know what's due? check out these links to sort of set up reminders for yourself and see where to see due dates and that kind of thing, how to use modules, and it just goes on and on. So this document should help you with anything Canvas related that you are stuck with. And remember, you can always access that in the Welcome module. All right, so I'm going to go back to modules and show you what's going on in week 1 and then wrap up this lecture. So this welcome module will always stay here throughout the 6 weeks. It's going to be stuck at the top right there just so that you can always see it. And then you'll see the current week is available right below that. So right now that's week 1. Again, it's not published, so you're not seeing it yet, but you will later today or tomorrow. I'm recording this lecture on a Saturday, so you'll definitely see it by tomorrow, which is the Sunday before our class starts. Just so you get an idea of what each module looks like, you'll always see the weekly schedule first. So if I click on the weekly schedule, it will show me what's going on that week. I see here that I need to read the syllabus and schedule of classes, and I also need to read from our textbook. So we're reading pages 3 through 11 and then 28 through 84. I need to watch these lectures. So the Welcome and Intro to Canvas is what you're watching now. And then you'll also be watching one that has to do with pathos, ethos, logos, and rhetorical analysis. And then the things I need to do are discussions 1 through 5, a quiz, and an exam. And it tells you when things are due and what, each one focuses on right there. All right, if I go back, I'll just go through the next one. So this is one way to navigate modules. If you push next, you'll see that the lectures will come up next because that's what you need to do after you've done your reading. Or, you can read some, watch a lecture, read some more, watch another lecture, however you'd like to do that. And your links to the lectures are always going to be here. So if I click on this, it's going to take me to the lecture that I need. You'll see that I'm still adding lectures, right? So don't worry about the fact that they're not all there yet. They will be by the time you see it. And all of my lectures are available on YouTube. So you can go to my YouTube channel if you want to find them that way. Just remember that I have lectures for all kinds of different classes. So just to make sure that you don't get the wrong one, it's a good idea to access them from your Canvas page. Once I've read my reading and done all of my, watching of the lectures and taking notes and that kind of thing, then I'm ready to start doing the work. So this is what one of our discussions looks like. The first one just asks you to introduce yourself. So you'll see directions for what to do here. This one is full of links that tell you how to do things. So this is a little bit of a lengthy post, but usually they're pretty short and simple. And it tells you everything that you need to do. I've also given you an example here. So I have an introduction where I have done all the things that I would like you guys to do, right? I've updated my profile picture on Canvas. I've introduced myself, and I've embedded some images so that you can get to know me, and also so that I can show that I have, that ability. I know how to embed images, right? I threw my dogs a birthday party, no joke. COVID, man, we were all home. It was fun times. So this is our first introduction discussion. So please make sure that you do that. All right, let me scroll down. You get to meet all of my pets in my introduction. I look forward to meeting all of yours. So that's the first one. If I click next down here, then it's going to take me through all of the other discussions that I need to do this week. So you'll see discussion 2 is about some rhetorical terms, pathos, ethos, and then also fallacies. So it tells you here before you complete this discussion, you should have read about these things. You also should use outside evidence from our textbook. So make sure that you're using this quote sandwich method to embed quotes anytime they're needed in our class discussions. And then it tells you what to do. All right, so that is what a discussion looks like. Let me see. Go to modules. I don't edit my lectures, so it's just like if we were live. So if you hear things like my dog's barking or something like that, I apologize. It happens. All right, so you'll see things to do are all listed here, right? So we went through discussion 1 and discussion 2. The next thing you'll see is your first quiz, followed by discussion 4, 5, and an exam. So you'll notice these are the ones that are due on Wednesday because they say the 23rd. It also tells you how many points each thing is worth. And then these are the ones that are due on Friday. So 10 points for those discussions, which is pretty standard, and then your exam, which is 25 points, which is, again, pretty standard. All right, so that is an intro to our Canvas course, all of the things that you should need to help you get started. And of course, if you have anything that you need help with, let me know, and I am happy to meet with you on Zoom. I want to leave you guys with this. Let me click over here. Please make sure that if you have not done so already, you join our class on the Remind app. I will be sending out reminders and things like that starting probably on Sunday, which is tomorrow. So make sure that you text this phrase at English3FC to the number 81010. Follow the directions and get that free app so that I can communicate with you. All right, I look forward to getting to know everybody, and I will talk to you all soon.